The transfer window is in overdrive. Viktor Gyokeres is refusing to show up for preseason, and he's calling out his club president. Luis Diaz could be on his way to join Cristiano Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia in a stunning £85 million twist. Karim Adeyemi is clocking times faster than Usain Bolt, and Arsenal want him at full speed. And Manchester United? They're closing in on Brentford star Bryan Mbeumo after 2 rejected bids. From explosive standoffs to record-breaking pace to emotional exits, this transfer window has everything. Strap in, hit that like button, and let's break down the biggest football moves happening right now. Viktor Gyokeres has been given more time off, and the transfer drama is reaching boiling point. The Swedish striker, wanted by Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, is now in a fierce standoff with Sporting, all over his price tag. He's furious with club president Frederico Varandas, and he's made it clear, "I'm not reporting for preseason." Sporting? They're trying to cool things down, telling Gyökeres he can return on July 7th. That's a message, loud and clear, to Premier League clubs. You've got 1 week. Make your move. Gyökeres, 27, says the club broke a gentleman's agreement, promising to let him go for far less than his massive £85 million release clause. And guess what? Sporting already have a plan B. Luis Suarez, the Colombian striker from Almeria, is lined up as Gyökeres' replacement. But here's the catch. They still want at least £65 million for their lethal number 9. Arsenal? They came in with a bid, but it was £10 million short. So the door is wide open, and the race is on. Even better for Arsenal? Gyökeres wants the move. He's watching closely, and the Gunners delay in moving for top target Benjamin Sesko. It's giving him real hope. Leipzig haven't even received a formal bid for Sesko, despite the 22-year-old bagging 21 goals last season. Over at Anfield, Liverpool are quiet. For now. But that could change if they sell Darwin Núñez. And that depends on Napoli reigniting a deal to send Victor Osimhen to Al Hilal. Chelsea? They're sniffing around Osimhen too. But Napoli know. Nobody's matching that £63 million pounds they wanted from the Saudis. So right now, the Gyökeres saga, it's wide open. And the clock is ticking. Karim Adeyemi is faster than Usain Bolt, over 30 meters. And, yes, you heard that right, the Borussia Dortmund speed demon clocked 3.6 seconds over 30 meters, compared to 3.78 seconds by peak time Bolt during his legendary 9.58 100-meter world record back in 2009. But here's the real question. How fast would Adeyemi dash to the Premier League if Arsenal's reported interest is the real deal? According to Fichajes.net, the Gunners have added Adeyemi to their growing list of wing targets, right as Barcelona start to leave Arsenal in the slipstream, in the race for Athletic Bilbao star Nico Williams. And Adeyemi, he fits the mold. Versatile across the front line, 23 years old and built for Arteta's high-speed, high-press system at the Emirates. Sure, he's been a bit of an electric-heeled enigma since joining Dortmund from RB Salzburg in 2022, but last season, he started to shine, with 7 goals and 6 assists in the Bundesliga. Solid numbers. Still, Arsenal aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. They're also eyeing Bradley Barcola of PSG. But there's a twist. According to Fabrizio Romano, Barcola is untouchable as far as the Champions League winners are concerned. And no wonder. Barcola racked up 21 goals and 20 assists in just 60 games across all competitions. But at PSG, he's behind a stacked lineup, with Désiré Doué, Dembélé, and Kvaratskhelia all ahead in the pecking order. Meanwhile, the Benjamin Sesko saga continues. And now, his agent, Elvis Bosanovic, has spoken out. "We respect RB Leipzig," he said, "and we will never force or blackmail the club. The way you leave matters. It shows your values." That's a strong message. Still, the German press reports that Leipzig have quietly lowered their asking price, from £80 million down to £60 million. Arsenal? They've already been in talks with both the club and the player this week. So whether it's lightning-quick Adeyemi, elite creator Barcola, or powerhouse striker Sesko, Arsenal are making moves. And the transfer window? It's just getting started. Cristiano Ronaldo's Al-Nassr have just dropped a bombshell. They're reportedly ready to pay a staggering £85 million to sign Diaz from Liverpool. Yes, Ronaldo's Saudi Pro League side are on the hunt for fresh talent. After handing CR7 the most lucrative contract in sporting history, running through 2027. Now, with just 2 years left on his Anfield deal, Diaz has opened the door to a shock exit, after admitting he's in talks with other clubs. The 28-year-old Colombian winger played a huge part in Liverpool's title-winning campaign. 17 goals, 8 assists, 50 appearances across all competitions. But here's the twist. Liverpool haven't offered Diaz a contract extension. And now, after smashing their transfer record with the £116 million arrival of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, Diaz could be pushed to the sidelines. According to Saudi outlet Okaz, Al-Nassr have officially made their move. And UK journalist Ben Jacobs confirms, Diaz is their top target this summer. Liverpool still insist, we have no intention of selling. But let's be honest, £85 million? That's a tempting offer, especially when it could help fund a move for Newcastle's Alexander Isak. If the deal happens, it would be the second biggest sale in Liverpool's history, right behind Philippe Coutinho. But here's the kicker. The final decision? It's up to Diaz himself. He's also being heavily linked with Barcelona, a club strapped for cash but full of hope. And guess what? Catalan outlet Sport says Barca are convinced they'll land Diaz once the Club World Cup ends and the second half of the summer window opens. Adding fuel to the fire, Diaz's girlfriend Jera Ponce posted an emotional goodbye-style message on Instagram. From the first day we arrived, we felt what it means to be part of this club. You'll never walk alone isn't just a slogan. It's a feeling we carry in our souls. But wait, there's more. Liverpool's new boss, Arne Slot, wants Diaz to stay, and he's building a monster squad for a £216 million reboot, already adding Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez. So now we ask, will Luis Diaz join Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia? Will he return to his roots with Barcelona? Or will he stay and fight for glory at Liverpool under Arne Slot? One thing's certain. This transfer saga is far from over. Manchester United are ready to loan Andre Onana, Okolate Nyes. You heard that right. Manager Ruben Amorim is open to sending Onana out and bringing in a brand new number 1. You need it never be led into those public and physical season. After a poor season and with a massive salary, United have found it nearly impossible to sell the 29-year-old shot stopper. Now, the door is open to a temporary switch and United are listening to offers. But here's the catch, they'd prefer to send him abroad, not to a Premier League rival. League unside Monaco have shown interest, but even with their financial power, paying Onana's wages would be a stretch. So what's next? United are already working on replacements. At the top of the list, Aston Villa's Emi Martinez, 32, World Cup winner, proven Premier League star, but he won't come cheap. And while Onana wants to stay and fight, the numbers don't lie. 101 appearances, 148 goals conceded, 24 clean sheets since his £47 million move from Inter in 2023. Now there are other names on the radar too. John Victor, 29, the Brazilian who impressed at the FIFA Club World Cup. United scouted him last summer and he's now available for a bargain fee of £6 million. He's open to joining any English club. And the big one, Diogo Costa, 25, Portugal's number 1. He has a £64 million release clause in his Porto contract, and he's openly dreaming of playing in the Premier League. The timing might be perfect because Porto are already searching for a new keeper. Cruz Azul's Kevin Mayer is top of their list, with club president Andre Villas-Boas making it a priority. Meanwhile, there's more transfer news coming out of Old Trafford. United flop Antony could be offloaded, and Real Betis are reportedly ready to make a move thanks to a £26 million cash injection from selling Johnny Cardoso to Atletico Madrid. So what's next for Manchester United? Will Onana be loaned out? Will Diogo Costa or Emi Martinez be the new number 1? And is Antony finally on his way out? One thing's clear, United's goalkeeper shakeup is just getting started. Brentford are demanding Manchester United cough up £65 million for Bryan Mbeumo. The Red Devils saw their second bid, worth £55 million, before add-ons of £7.5 million, rejected on Friday, and that came after their opening £45 million bid had already been turned down. But United? They're still confident. Talks are ongoing, and they believe a deal can be done. Right now, there's just a small gap in valuation. Brentford wants £65 million in total, and they're not budging. As Sunsport revealed earlier this month, Mbeumo's heart is set on Old Trafford, even though former Brentford boss Thomas Frank wanted to take the Cameroon international to Tottenham. Mbeumo's dream has always been United. Meanwhile, the Red Devils have already shelled out £62.5 million on Brazilian forward Matheus Cunha, who joined from Wolves. He's their first major signing of this crucial summer window. Now, with negotiations heating up, Mbeumo could become Brentford's biggest sale in club history. The current record? Ivan Toney's £40 million move to Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia last summer. Mbeumo's exit would be a huge blow for new Brentford boss Keith Andrews. The 44-year-old was promoted from set-piece coach to head coach, replacing Thomas Frank just this week. Now, not only is he stepping into Frank's shoes, he's also preparing to lose his top scorer and his captain. Because while Mbeumo is dreaming of United, club skipper Christian Norgard is off to Arsenal in a surprise £9.3 million move. It's all change at Brentford, and the impact on the pitch could be massive. Mbeumo was sensational last season, bagging 20 Premier League goals. Only Salah, Isaac, and Haaland outscored him. And get this, the last time a Manchester United player scored at least 20 in the league? Robin van Persie, back in 2012-13, 26 goals. Sir Alex's final season. That's how long it's been. Mbeumo's story in England started in 2019, joining Brentford from French side Trias for a then-club record £5.8 million. Since then, 242 appearances, 70 goals, 51 assists. A driving force behind Brentford's rise to the Premier League. As for Norgard, the 31-year-old Danish midfielder also joined in 2019, from Fiorentina. A constant presence, reliable, respected. But his Arsenal move might come with tension. Remember back in April? Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli accused Norgard of trying to break his leg. Now, they'll be teammates. Drama, transitions, massive moves. Bryan Mbeumo to United? It's close, and it could be the signing that lights up Old Trafford again. And just like that, the summer window is on. Fire! Gyökeres is pushing for a move. Diaz could be Saudi-bound. Adeyemi's speed has the Emirates buzzing. And Bryan Mbeumo, he could light up Old Trafford next season. This transfer window is changing by the hour. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next twist. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who's getting sold? Who's staying put? And who's about to shock the football world? Until next time, this is your #1 source for transfer drama.